The greatest Nigerian people. Take it back. Revolution.
Now.
I know that the topic, the next item on the agenda is keynote speech. But I go to events a lot, every time keynote speech. We don't even ask after ourselves. Sometimes we go to these meetings, we don't even know ourselves. And I'm not saying that we should introduce everyone in the house, but I just want us to take some 3 minutes to ask the next person to us who they are and how they are feeling. Because this is a time that we have to check on the feelings of our people. A lot of people are here. Some have not eaten since morning. It's true. Some don't know where their school fees will come from. Some cannot drive vehicles that they bought a year ago. Some have no houses to go back to tonight. Are you getting me? Some can no longer practice their religion. Are you getting me right? So many of us don't even know where we are anymore because of hunger, starvation, and the degradation and poverty that has been introduced on a higher scale in Nigeria today. So please, just talk to the next person to you, ask their name, who they are. You can notice from my demeanor that the palliative has not been shared to my side. I don't have much strength to shout. But it's as if they have distributed palliative to the area. But I really want to appreciate all of us checking in on ourselves. In fact, what I planned to do was to give everybody 30 minutes to choose somebody they have never met before and walk around and talk to them about their problems so that we can understand our problems. A lot of people we are used to speaking about the problems, but we don't know the depth of anybody's problem until you talk to them and they tell you their problems. And sometimes when you talk to other people about your problems, they will discover that their own problem is even smaller than your problems. And it will make you a little bit even more humane or humble. Having said that, I am also excited that a lot of our people over these years are showing resilience and resistance. And that is why I want to thank the people of Sowore. Àwọn kan pera wọn ní wọléwọlé. Ẹ̀yin náà lọ sọ pé nígbà àwọn wọlé mọ́ yín lórí. I really appreciate you for that. Somebody mentioned the Yahura here. Nígbà tá a pàdé wọn, it was after the election in 2019 la lọ sí Ọ̀jọ́ra, a lọ pàdé àwọn Yahura. Nígbà yẹn, àwọn NEPA wọ́n á fi àjẹ wọn. But mi ò mọ̀ bóyá wọ́n ṣì máa ń láyè. Inú wa dùn lẹ́ni àdẹ̀wà, our proud pé dójútì wà ní Ìjọra. Bó a ṣe fẹ́ kó rí gbogbo orílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà ni. Káwọn èèyàn wọ́n má máa gba ìgbàkúgbà àti ẹ̀sìn tó fi ń lọ ní gbogbo ìgbà. Ṣé mọ̀ pé ọ̀rọ̀ Sowore ó ti wá kọjá nǹkan tí ìjọba gan lè handle mọ́. Ìjọba ó ti dórí CNN, ó wà lórí Reuters. Gbogbo wọn mọ̀ yín sí tó bá yá gbogbo àgbáyé ló máa mọ̀ yín pé kí n gba ìgbàkúgbà. Èkó la wà yìí, àwọn kan sọ pé Gedegbe l'Èkó wà, àmọ́ àwọn èèyàn ló ń gbé ní Èkó náà. Ẹ̀yin kan lè má ṣe Gedegbe l'Èkó wà, kẹ́ wá máa wólé lórí àwọn ará Èkó. Irú ẹ̀ ò ní ṣe mọ́. Bá ṣe ń sọ̀rọ̀ yìí wọ́n ń sá káàkiri ni o, àti gómìnà. Wọ́n ṣe máa bá yín wá owó, ẹ má gbowó lọ́wọ́ wọn. Ẹ̀yin lẹni ilé, ẹ̀yin lẹni ilẹ̀. ẹ má jẹ́ kẹ́nikẹ́ni kan gba ilẹ̀ lọ́wọ́ yín kan lọ tà fún àwọn ajílẹ̀gbà. Because àwọn náà tí wọ́n pera wọn láwọn olórí Èkó, ilẹ̀ onílẹ̀ ni wọ́n gbà, ilẹ̀ onílẹ̀ ni wọ́n ń gọ́fà. Ẹ̀yin gbórúkọ Sanwó-Olú bíi ọdún mẹ́wàá sẹ́yìn. Àwọn òyìn ọ̀mọ́rí ó kàn dé láti ibì kan, ìyẹn ni Yorùbá ń pè látọ̀dún rí wà, wọ́n wá ń fọ́lé mọ́ yín lórí. So inú wa dùn pé gbàrú ẹ̀ láyé, ẹ má lẹ̀ gbàrú ẹ̀ láyé, àwa wà lẹ́yìn yín. Yàtọ̀ sí àwọn ará tí Sowore, I would not dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ àwọn students of University of Lagos, the University of Lagos students. They're called greatest Apokites. Great. I graduated from the University of Lagos a long time ago. I graduated finally in 1995. Yes. And when I left the university was one of the most progressive universities in Nigeria. But today, I can't even call University of Lagos my university anymore. They are close to asking their students to be wearing uniform. That's how bad the University of Lagos is. But I was so proud to see that they are also confronting their oppressors there. The bá kúrò ní University of Lagos kí a lọ sí ìlú Ìlọrin. That is the center point for the struggle for religious freedom in Nigeria today. Àwọn tí ẹ̀ ń gbọ́ wa, à ń dárúkọ àwọn ibi tí àwọn ìwà tó ti ń dìde sí àwọn amúnisìn ni. In Ìlọrin, they are oppressing people because they are not following a particular religion. Our interest is not to make any religion superior to the other. But no religion has a right to tell another religion that they have no right to practice their religion. Oh, yes. So let me also thank the people who are with us in the struggle to liberate the religious freedoms in Nigeria at this time in Ilorin. And I want to particularly ask our chairman from Oyo State to stand up for recognition. Where's the apostle? Yes, twice now. They led the revolutionary movement to Ilorin to attend the court trial of the person they called Tani Olong. Yes, right. And they discovered when they got to Ilorin that all the hale, you know, the threats means nothing. They are all just, they play, right? They went there, one law, one ball, one more jet. Yes. So, I want to say, Becky and your mom, I have no problem with anybody in Nigeria. So, it's about to I want hating Muslim, I hate Christian. No. That's why I support any religion. Yes. But our back any fear that is our position on religious freedom. Also, we have to thank the Nigerian people for at this time recognizing the importance of revolution now. Yes. You see, there was an election in February, this last February. After the election, there were winners and losers. Our movement did not lose because we told the Nigerian people that they did not hold the election. But some of the people who participated in the brand of election they had, which is selection, said, we are going to court. I told them on March 3rd, if any one of you have seen my video, that nothing will come out of the courts. Because all this thing you are saying has been programmed from the beginning. From the election period, before the election, they had already determined the winner of the election. So you can go to court, go from the appeal court to the Supreme Court. If you like, go to the International Criminal Court. nothing will come out of it except our people stand up to those who have destroyed our democracy. 3 days ago, they gave their judgment. And I must tell you, we call all our people, don't mock anybody. Because everybody's period of understanding Nigeria differs from time to time. Yes. There's a period of epiphany for every consciousness. That period where you say to yourself, oh my God, Sowore has been telling me I did not listen. You have your own consciousness. That's the period of epiphany. It took a lot of people 3 days ago to recognize what we recognize as far back as our university days. That Nigeria is not meant for you. It's meant for a few people. And the people who own Nigeria, if you want to know their location right now, they are in India. Yes. They are all there. They are traveling and having a great time in India. When they are done, they'll come back. How do we know that they have set up the judgment? Is that there's nobody who is facing judgment that could remove him from office, who will travel the night before. Are you getting me? Yes. They have already calculated, added, subtracted, multiplied, and then they have done the Pythagorean theorem and know that the side of the judgment will load high on the side of injustice. And until the people of Nigeria, without exception, understand that only revolution will solve this problem, they will keep waiting for different messiahs from time to time. These days, they ask me, oh, why are you not talking in the media? So what am I going to tell you? It's just like Fela sang a song, he said, if I sing, he say, water no day, na old thing be that, na old things be that. There's nothing we need to say that has not been said. Like the Yorubas we say, in Yoruba tewa, ni only atifi ho, omo eniyan, ohun tí ó dára, ó wá kù sí ọwọ́ yín. That is, we have told you what needs to be done. It is now up to you. Part of the reason you see that we have not called this meeting before now was because we want those who have illusions in the system not to say that we are the one who disturbed them. They say, if it's not Sowore, they would have given a judgment that would have restored some mandates. Or the brothers say, it's Sowore that led us to lose. No, I want them to finish all their merry-go-rounds and come to where we have always been. Like, understand that we don't play. We are just unlucky that we are way ahead of our time. That's our only crime in this movement is that we are way ahead of our time. We came too early to come and show people the road. So it's taking longer for them to catch up with us. We are not special people, but we just have the gift of God to understand the country we are born in. We understand the criminals running the place. We have mentioned their names. We have mentioned their methods. We have told you how to dislodge them. But you have not decided to listen to us. Two things that happened with Revolution Now on social media. Please, can we calm down? When they finished the election in February, Revolution Now started trending. Even though people who said they don't want revolution were trending, Revolution Now. 3 days ago, when they finished the judgment, Revolution Now started trending. They are always trending Revolution Now when they are confronted with Nigeria. What I'm trying to say is that whenever Nigeria happens to them, they will know that there's need for a revolution. And that is why we are gathered here today. We weren't expecting this many people to show up. I'm honest with you, there are no chairs left. But it is a sign that we are getting closer and closer to that period where the call will come. But we must keep reminding you, we must keep having a conversation about it. It is the reason we invited you to this gathering today. And we want to thank everyone that's here today. I wasn't going to give such a long speech, but when I saw that a lot of powerhouses are here today, I had to speak without even putting down anything. So you are speaking from my heart, and my heart is pleased that more and more of you are getting ready for the final day. I am not saying that even the people who are aggrieved now will join us. Some of them still haven't gotten to that final bus stop. So they will not disembark from the Nigerian bus. They haven't reached their final bus stop yet. We didn't need to reach a final bus stop because we did not enter their bus.
Yes, sir.
I couldn't have entered a bus that Tinubu is driving or Buhari was driving. The situation Nigeria will be in 2023. We told everybody, even the people who are now in power, they did also not hide their intention and agenda. They made it very clear. Tinubu said he will continue from where Buhari stopped. So why are you disturbing him when he removed petroleum subsidy? Which, by the way, they have now restored underground. Because you can do anything in this world to please anybody, you cannot please the greedy man.
Yes, sir.
It's not possible. They said they wanted to float the Naira. They have floated the Naira. The Naira cannot float. The Naira has gone to the bottom of the ocean. Tinubu met the Naira at 500 and something. Naira is at 920 Naira as of this morning. But guess what? What about minimum wage? It's still at 30,000 Naira. When we were campaigning, we told Nigerians that the least minimum wage you will pay is 250,000 Naira. They said that Sowore is an economic illiterate. I didn't know what he said. That if they start paying people 250,000 Naira, it will cause inflation.
That's what they said.
They are paying you 30,000 Naira now. Is it not causing inflation? Is there no inflation in Nigeria?
There is.
Abi, I don't know, maybe you guys are shopping from another market. Yes. Because I hear there's a petrol station for APC members. Wow. In Lagos. Wow. Where you buy petrol for 145 Naira. Abi, is there a market in Lagos between Ikorodu and Lagos where they sell tomato for less than the amount that everybody buys it? No. These guys have come to finish you. But it's up to you not to let them finish you. That is why we invited you here today to have this conversation once again. I have said it, that I've been to too many meetings in my life. I'm tired of meetings. Are you getting my point? I'm getting to a point where I just feel like some of these meetings are, they're just unnecessary. Because we are going to discuss the same issues over and over. My question is, when are we having that meeting, the final one, where we say, what are we doing? And let's go for it. And that is what we did when we came to this room in 2019. This was my last place of meeting before I was arrested by the DSS. In fact, we had 3 guys who disguised as people who were participating in the struggle. They were DSS guys.
And they are serious.
They follow us everywhere. And I'm sure they're in this room today. Yes. But whoever is there from there today, please give them water because they are suffering. I am not aware that their own minimum wage has changed. It's only their organ that is enjoying. But you see, as I told them when I got to detention, the guy who came to arrest me in Lagos, he came to me in the evening of the second day of my detention and found out I have not eaten. He said, Mr. Sowore, let's buy you food. You are going to kill yourself here of hunger. I said to him, I said, you are the one who needs food. He said, no, it's doing well. I said, before you know it, one day will come where this thing you did, you'll never be able to. I said, no, I'm retiring anyway. I said, when are you retiring? He said, 2024. By 2020, NSAS had come. All of them were running around, hiding under the bridge. Are you getting my point? But the one that they have done now is going to make NSAS look like child play. When Tinubu came to power, I said something in Abuja at a gathering like small few people. I said, Tinubu is the one that will make the Nigerian revolution happen. Yes. He's the one that has been nominated by the forces to come and push Nigerians to a revolution. Yes, it will not stop until there's a revolution. Yes. I'm telling you. I'm not a prophet, but I can see very clearly that something is pushing him. And until that thing pushes him over, and the situation cannot be rectified, he will not stop. He will be moving from mistake to mistake because he has been designed by arrogance and ignorance as well. Not to understand where the country is. They don't get it that people that there's less traffic in Lagos, not because of LASMA, but because people don't have money to get out of their houses. They don't understand it. In fact, they are celebrating it that Lagos traffic has. But what they must understand about revolutions is that you can do everything to a people before the revolution happens. You can beat them, you can increase school fees, you can kidnap their children. But the moment you mess with food, you are getting there. Nobody reminds anybody of a revolution than a hungry person. And there's a huge population of hungry Nigerians now. And when hunger is mixed with anger, then nobody can stop it. But for the elites, there's also something they never see. Everywhere there's a revolution, the elites of those countries are always at the place enjoying themselves, saying the people cannot do anything. That's where we are. They are saying it now amongst themselves. A man down alone. Don't mind them. They are not able to do anything. You bring judgment, that's what they can do. And then the people you say cannot do anything, when they start doing something, you will discover that the elites are very few. You will suddenly discover that 350 policemen are not up to 1 million people that are hungry. And the 350 policemen, you discover that 150,000 of them are also angry with you. Because they are the ones guarding you and you'll be throwing spoiled food outside they have not eaten from morning till night. They are collecting 75,000 naira. They are borrowing money to protect you, and they are the ones who escort your dollars to where you hide them. So we're getting there, people, and that's what we are here to remind you and prepare you for once again. Thank you very much for coming. I am excited to see you here in Lagos. Lagos is our base, but the entire Nigeria is also our base. And it will be my happiest moment in life if the revolution can start from Lagos. Because the people who are causing the revolution are also based in Lagos.
It has not been easy. Reality has been brought to us in such a way that even to feed is a problem. And anything that tampers with our stomachs as a common people is definitely going to put us in serious mess. And it takes only the courageous ones to, even after being hungry, still keep their time to participate in events like this. So I just want to encourage every one of us again, as a common Nigerian masses, and as some of us who are still students, and we don't have anyone giving us assurance of good job after graduating, we will not stop being a part of struggles like this. Because I do not have anyone, or I'm sure none of us have anyone, who is a top politician that is giving you an assurance of a good job after you graduate. So there's a need for you to be a part of struggles like this for your own personal emancipation, even if you don't care about the Nigerian masses. Or possibly most of us, the major problem we're facing as people is because we feel we don't, like Baba has said, he said the Nigeria has happened to them. Until it happens to us, we don't feel concerned. And Nigerians will not experience freedom, will not experience liberty until those who are less concerned about matters take interest more than those who are concerned. Until me as a student of machine and take part in the University of Lagos struggle. As I'm not part of them, I'm not going to pay the fee they are paying. But until I take part in that struggle, in such a struggle, Nigeria will not experience freedom. So as a matter of fact, I want to commend everyone, but I want to encourage us to continue striving. It looks so hard, and of course, the elites who are saying subsidization for the poor masses is a problem to the country. Of course, it is we, the poor, that are subsidizing the rich. And like our leaders have once said, it is most of these Nigerian leaders, most of the presidents, the senators, and all these people, they are people who receive salaries on a monthly basis and do not use it for anything. Because if you check, they collect wardrobe allowance, they collect car fueling allowance, allowances for everything. Then what is the salary you are collecting meant for? So and now we are only to subsidize fuel for us, and it's becoming a problem for you. So it is just a tactics to tell us that the people governing this country do not care about us. So and we should not relent as long as injustice remains the law. Resistance should always be our duty. We should not be scared at any point in time, because the point is, even if you are scared to come out as a people to fight for your right, the system will kill you one day. You are going to travel through the road that is bad. You are definitely going to have an accident on the bad road. If you don't have an accident on the bad road, you are going to get hungry and one day you will die. If you don't die of hunger, you are going to visit the dead hospitals. The hospitals are not functioning with a critical health with a critical ailment, and if you don't get treated, you will definitely die. So I think it is very important that we continue putting up our courage to fight for our right as a common Nigerian mass.
It's so useless. You can't even do anything with money. Just keep spending money like water on nothing, you know. Everything, you know, when my people are telling me that things are hard, I cannot really relate, like coming here myself to see things for myself. I'm glad to be here as well. I'm disappointed in the choice we have made during the years. In the actions we have took during the years, I'm so disappointed. At the same time, we are here to make things go forward for us from now on. And I'm from Benin City. I've been to Benin City and I'm back. Really, the roads there are bad. Really, there are no potable water. Really, I don't know what's happening. You know, Obaseki is really taking Edo State backward. And I really hope for a better change. If they had voted for Edith Sopa, we would have not been here today. If they had voted for AAC, we would have not been here today. Edo people are vibrant people. They are very vibrant and determined. Just that they have to channel their energy to the people that matter, that the people that will take Edo State from this lower stage to a higher stage. That is what we want. I would love to meet with the coordinators of Edo State. I don't know if I can have their number, and we can let's find something, you know, how to move our country forward. It's very important. Look at sitting beside me are young people. These are the people that are really going to take this country forward. Not the old cargoes. They are leading us to their graves, and we are not there yet. They can just go alone and leave us alone to determine our country. We really need to go forward from now. You know, I'm very happy to be here. At the same time, I don't know what to say. I look at my people. I don't want to see my people. It's time for a revolution. It's time to take it back. We have to revolt against everything that is taking us backward. We have to revolt.
I believe it is very crucial for us to focus on education reform, so as to better the future of our generations. And I'm happy with the way our people are standing up to fight for their rights. Because when I heard about the fee hike, I felt so bad. And I was like, are these people going to stand up and fight for their rights? Because a lot of people don't have this money to pay this fee. But I was so happy when our people stood up to, fight for their rights. And this is what I want us to continue doing. Let's always stand up, fight for our rights. Do not wait for anybody. Even if it means for you to be the only person to fight for your rights. Do not wait. I want to cite an example. Going back to our last election, I was the only person in my area when I came to Munshi, Lagos State. I was the only person in Munshi that stood up to fight for my party, AAC. And everybody was like, where is AAC? Their names are not even here. Please, can you just move away? I said, I'm sorry, I'm not going to move away. I stood there and I fought for my rights. And at the end of the day, I was given the opportunity to speak. As I'm speaking with you, I've been talking to my brother there, Galadima, on how he is going to come to Munshi so we can gather people. Because I'm already talking to a lot of people and they're interested. But there is nobody to support me. So we can bring a lot of people from Munshi because we don't have AAC people like that in Munshi. So what I'm trying to say in essence is you can as well do the same thing in your area. Let your voice be heard. Let people know you. Let people know what you are, what you are fighting for.
On the 6th of September, which was on Monday, the University of Lagos students, alongside supporting solidarity groups, decided to stage a protest to say no to this fee hike. Before that, ESCOs and leaders in the schools have met with the school management to review the fees and all. The school management promised to get back to student executives, but till date, we did not hear anything. On the 6th of September, the Dean of Students Affairs denied that the students' protest was not University of Lagos students. They said University of Lagos students were wiser not to join in the protest. Maybe I'm part of the foolish ones. We were there with our ID cards, we were there with our evidence that we're University of Lagos students. Yes. But they said no, they shot at us at Unilag Junction on Monday morning. They shot tear gas at us, we had to run for our lives. But we came back and we went to the gate and we told them that no, we can't take this. Till date, we've not heard anything. Rather, the University of Lagos says that all indigent students should go to the Dean of Students Affairs so that their school fees, they can be helped with it or whatsoever. What of those that are not what of those that are not Lagos State indigents? I'm not a Lagosian. I'm a Ogunimi. Yeah. So how exactly am I supposed to pay 150,000 naira plus, excluding my feeding, excluding transportation? They said University of Lagos students can afford to pay the fees because we use iPhone, because we drive cars or whatsoever thing. I use iPhone 6S and I use it because of my business. A lot of Lagos students here today, we want to appeal to everyone. We cannot pay that fee. It is not possible. Now they're trying to sponsor 1 or 2 persons. How many people can we sponsor? We have 62,215 students in the University of Lagos. How many of those students can we sponsor? Those that are being sponsored, we have people with worse case. We have people with worse situations. We have civil servant that has 2-3 children in the University of Lagos with 30,000 naira minimum wage. How are they supposed supposed to pay such amounts. It is outrageous, and we say no, we cannot pay that fees. The University of Lagos management, the VC, Madam Folashade Ogushola, must revert fees now.
Yes. So, when Tinubu was announcing his stupid loan, I told people that the idea was to hands off investment in education.
Yes, sir.
And what he has done is to secretly ask the vice chancellors to charge whatever they want. The vice chancellor of the University of Lagos, I met her during the election. I can swear that she went to school for free. Yes. If she had to pay to go to school, the vice chancellor that I saw there, she will still be in Ikire. Yes, she will never have made it to school. And the same applies to a lot of us who have education today. Had we been charged what we charge today, I wouldn't have gone to school.
Yes, sir.
I'll be a palm wine tapper in Ondo State or a militant. Are you getting my point? Please, Nigerian students must take this as an offense against their survivor, that they are being made to pay through their nose what their parents cannot afford. Because they're already killing our parents outside. To not come on campus and kill the desire and the ambition of young people to acquire for themselves the only outlets they have to escape from poverty. This must be resisted with most revolutionary zeal. And as I keep saying, anytime I say these things, I say, oh, you are inciting people. I am happy to incite anybody against poverty. I'm happy to incite anybody against oppression. I'm happy to incite everybody and anybody against repression, against the kind of useless government we have in Nigeria. I am glad and happy anytime they are ready to take me back to detention. And as I told them in 2019, there's nobody who can conduct this trial. Yes, and it is 2023. I was arrested, detained, and charged before a judge. The first judge ran away. The second judge ran away. We're on the third judge now. And I'm telling him, we are going to run away too. Because in 3 years, they could only bring to court one witness. And that witness, for the first time, is a DSS officer who gave a witness against the federal government in court. Because you can try people anyhow, but you cannot try a revolution. There's no court of law that can try a desire of people to fight for freedom. They tried it in South Africa, it did not work. So it won't be here that it will work. It will not work on earth, and I'm sure that it will not work in heaven or hell. That is the truth. So, University of Lagos students or any university student across the country, please resist all these fees and let all of us join hands to ensure that we end our oppression once and for all. I am sorry to say this publicly. I think the NLC and the federal government are working together in organizing strikes. So anytime they see that the people are anxious, they will organize a strike to calm them down and they will resume from the strike. I was asking myself yesterday, what's the essence of a warning strike for 2 days? Is it to understand the problems, or to re-understand the problems, or to re-evaluate the problems? Why can't the strike at this point become permanent? When the NLC has already come out and said the government is no longer even responding to them. So my advice to the Nigerian people is to do this themselves. Can we choose a date? That is the reason we invited you here. When Nigeria finished election in 2019, the only organization that took on the battle of challenging the government was Revolution Now. And regardless of what they said, Revolution Now took place in 26 states out of the Federation. There were arrests and prosecution in all the states. And what we told them in 2019 is what has come back to haunt Nigeria today. I am ready anytime anywhere, any day, when you are ready. And I can look at this room and say to myself, even the people in this room alone, if we do a protest on Monday, Lagos will shut down. Just the number of people in this room. Because as we are here, there are even people outside. There are people who cannot even find seats, and I wish somebody can call everybody inside, so that those who are watching us from outside can see the numbers that are on the corridor. And decide where we want to do this. But also let's ensure that we communicate with the rest of our comrades across the country. Because unlike before, when some people used to think that, oh, the president is our own, we will not fight. That was what Buhari did to northern Nigeria for 8 years. More people died in the north after his 8 years in government than anybody else in Nigeria. And those who thought they were doing a Milocon in 2022, it has now become a Lincoln, Loba. So I don't think you want to extend your suffering beyond now. And at any rate, the man who is in power in Abuja doesn't think about you. He doesn't think Yoruba. He doesn't think Hausa. He doesn't think Igbo. He thinks esophagus. His throat is one command. That's where his brain is located. And they will eat this country. They will finish the country. So if somebody is lying to you that, oh, it's Yoruba person that is there, maybe more Yoruba, Ishe or more Yoruba, Iya or more Yoruba. So forget about that. You better confront whomever is doing this to you, see the person as an enemy. Because there's no way anybody could have done this within such a short time to completely dehumanize a people like Tinubu and his APC party has done. So it's up to us to decide and also reach out to others. If and when you leave this place, go back home and mobilize others. And we are lucky to have people who nobody thought would have been involved in any struggle, taking on the most powerful state in the country, Lagos State. They are in our midst here, the people of Sowore. Your place is not the first place to be demolished by Lagos State. There have been demolishing places before they reach you. But it's as if you people have what they call Madarikon in Sowore. The moment they hit their head on your rock, their head are split into two. So if you can do it, just a few of you in Sowore, if you can do it, the whole of Nigeria should be able to do it. The University of Lagos students who have taken on the authorities were not 62,000 students. Only about 30 of them started the struggle. Police came, drove them away, shot at them. They reorganized. By the time they came back, the police had to stand aside and watch. The people who started the struggle, the students and the investors, the most famous amongst them was a female who said, "There's no way I can pay this school fees." Some people have been saying, "Oh, we are going to help her pay her school fees." She's not asking you to help her pay her school fees. That's not her problem. And she's not looking for husband. She wants to complete her education. That is what she's crying for. And the brother who was arguing that we should engage in communication, you cannot communicate with the deaf. That Abia, Tinubu, and the rest of them, they have cotton wool in their ear. There's nothing you can tell them. They don't care. They have reached that point where they don't listen anymore. The only thing they will listen to is when they discover that everybody is angry and they themselves are on the run. Maybe then they will listen. And I hope by the time they listen, it will be too late.
Amen.
Yes. That is my hope. The country is red right now. This country is red. The people that brought Nigeria to where it is today are military people. They started as people in uniform. They are the ones who fought the civil war that killed 3 million people. Yes. Came to power. They are the ones who wrecked the Nigerian economy with Odoji under Gowon. Gowon is still alive. They are the ones who destroyed the last vestiges of our industrial space with the structural adjustment program and the World Bank. The military guys are the ones who destroyed education that you inherited today that has become a way of spreading ignorance. In fact, the military guys under Abacha were so audacious that they appointed a retired military man to become a vice chancellor at the Ahmadu Bello University. His name is Kotangora. He's dead now. The people that took over after military left were also military people. The man from Ota is a military man till tomorrow. He's the one who did 8 years that ruined the democracy that started in 1999. The one that followed him was also a product of some kind of military rule, the Yaradua, because his brother was also a general in the military. It was the money of the brother that they used in imposing him as a governor. The one that followed him, Jonathan, was also a product of military. In fact, Jonathan used to be a custom officer. Most of you did not know. He used to be in the customs before he now went and started living civilian. He has lived a little bit of military life or paramilitary life. And the worst of them, Buhari was a military guy, true and true from the beginning to the end, from 1983 to 2023. So don't even have the illusion that the military can save you. The military in Nigeria that will drive and go and shoot at young people at Lekki toll gates, they are the ones that are asking to come and take over power. I pity anybody amongst Nigerians who are asking for military rule. Even all these military boy scouts that are taking power in West Africa, you will still regret it after they spent 2 years in office. Look at what the military is doing in Sudan. They are killing their people like flies. But the question is, if we want democracy, the one we have now is not democracy. So it's not even democracy. I call it shege-cracy. Democracy of shege. That's what we are now. So until we attain real democracy, hold credible elections, we are not able to say that we are in a democracy as well. That is why I am opposed to a Nigerian president going to correct the problem in Niger. Because what happened in February in Nigeria is also a coup. Yes. Abi? Yes. People want to go and do elections. You did not allow the election to take place. The right results and now sit in the middle of the night and you become president through that step. That's a coup against the people. The one they did in Nigeria too is a coup against the people. So two thieves cannot sit in judgment against themselves. But that is not to say that what they did in Niger is acceptable. Yes, sir. Or what they did in Mali is or Gabon. But you see, when you look at the Gabonese one, it's also very interesting. When they started, there's military rule in Gabon. We are happy. They have driven the guy away. The person who is now present in Gabon is also a cousin of the Bongo family. Exactly. So They are just doing what they call abracadabra. That is why Nigeria needs to have a revolution that will show the way to the entire African continent. If Nigeria gets this right, I've always said it, all this nonsense you are seeing around us will not happen. We won't even need to tell them that we are coming to invade them. No. They will know that it's unacceptable. They will on their own pack their things and leave. But you cannot be a neighbor to Cameroon now. Look at the useless man in Cameroon. He has been in power for maybe 30-something years. But the man doesn't even, the last time he went to an event, he was asking them, where am I? He didn't know where he is. If you see him, you know how he has become a baby steps. Takes it. The one in Gabon, had had stroke for 6 years. When they now took over power from him, they now start shouting, let me make noise, let me make noise. Because even the people that went to take power from him did not arrest him. They didn't need to arrest him. They knew he didn't know where he is.